Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing, checking back in with y'all, man. What's going on? So we have Anthony Joshua versus OLEKSANDR USYK 2 coming up this weekend. I think it's going to be a very interesting fight. It's a big fight, big heavyweight fight. It's 3 titles on the line. Anthony Joshua is looking to redeem himself from taking the L to OLEKSANDR USYK in the first fight. Usyk was very crafty, very tricky and technical in that first fight. Gave Anthony Joshua a lot of problems. He was obviously struggling with the hand speed, the counter punching ability of Usyk, the distance control, the ability to crash the pocket and make Joshua uncomfortable, and just the accuracy and punch placement of Usyk. He made Anthony Joshua extremely uncomfortable, and he just had a lot of problems in that fight, and ended up taking the L. Usyk became the unified heavyweight champion of the world, and this is his second division. That's why I have Usyk on the pound for pound list, even though he is a heavyweight, because he's not just a heavyweight. He's he's a guy that moved up to heavyweight, which means that's not his natural division, and he showed you that he can move up in another division and compete, and he was undisputed at cruiserweight. So Usyk is an incredibly skilled fighter and a guy that I really enjoy watching. So I think this is going to be a really interesting fight, though, because we've seen Anthony Joshua be able to win in a rematch, be able to make adjustments as he did versus Andy Ruiz. He went out there in the first fight, tried to bang and fight toe-to-toe with Ruiz, ended up dropping Ruiz. Ruiz, ended up dropping him multiple times, and ultimately, Anthony Joshua quit on this stool. He got beat up. But he came back in the rematch and showed you some boxing. Granted, Ruiz was out of shape, and he was slow with his feet and shit like that. But Anthony Joshua, he did what he was supposed to do, took advantage of it, outboxed him, used the jab, used the whole ring. He boxed really smart in that second fight, and he showed his skills. He actually tried to box in the fight with Usyk, when really I thought he should have actually been more aggressive and more physical and use his size and his strength, go to the body more, just make it a more muddy and dirty fight. So it's kind of like the opposites took place in the first fight with Ruiz. He tried to slug it out and got beat up. And then in the second fight, he boxed and won. But in the first fight with Usyk, he tried to box a guy that's just a better boxer, who's quicker and a lighter guy and just a more technical fighter, when really I thought he should have brawled out with him and made it ugly, clinched on him and leaned on him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Use that size and strength. So I'm thinking that maybe in this second fight, that's the approach he'll take. But and that's what makes it so interesting for me. I think this fight can go, either way. I think Usyk can go out there and have a whole lot of success yet again, and make it extremely uncomfortable for Anthony Joshua. And I think it could be a situation where he just got Anthony Joshua a number. Joshua just is not on his level skillfully, and he don't have the tools to be able to figure him out. And I do believe that Joshua is bringing Robert Garcia in his corner in this fight. So that's another interesting factor. What can Robert Garcia do to create an extension to Anthony Joshua's game, to be able to, help him develop more over a short period of time, add some more tools to his game. I think Robert Garcia is a great coach, and I think, you can see that he has a track record of adding things to guys' toolbox, just like he did with Marcos Maidana. Had Marcos Maidana using a jab, had him adding different elements to his game, which ultimately made him a better fighter. So, that's another thing that I'm looking at in this fight. But I don't know if he's had enough time with Robert Garcia to actually put those tools into play and be able to use them effectively versus a guy on an elite level of boxing like OLEKSANDR USYK. So Like I said, I think Usyk can go in there and outbox Joshua and make it look worse than he did the first time. I think he can fuck around and stop Joshua if he feels like, okay, look, I took his best punch, and he just can't fuck with my boxing skills. Now I can get more aggressive, and I can get aggressive earlier, because if you look at that first fight, Usyk did start to get a little bit more aggressive later on in the fight, and had he done that early on, even though Joshua was fresh, he probably could have stopped Joshua in that first fight, because he hurt him a few times. And but Joshua could also make an adjustment, come in and get more gritty with him, get more physical with him, body him up, make that size advantage that he has more apparent in the fight, and really make Usyk work more than he want to work, make him throw more punches than he want to throw, make him overexert himself, make him tired, wear him down, and then later in the fight stop him. Or maybe Joshua can catch him in between a punch with a heavy power shot and knock him out, get him with an uppercut. Joshua throws great uppercuts. You feel what I'm saying? I really don't think it would be wise for Joshua to come out there and try to outbox Usyk again. I just don't think that that's his game in this particular matchup. Styles make fights, and tendencies make fights, and the way guys react in certain situations make fights. And in this type of fight, in this particular matchup, I just don't think it's wise for Anthony Joshua to go out there and just try to outbox a guy that's obviously a better boxer with better tools to use that type of style and be effective with it. So, my final prediction, I'm going to tell y'all, before I make my final prediction, I'm going to tell y'all why I'm choosing this prediction. Because like I said, in my opinion, this is a 50-50 fight. No matter how the first fight went, I believe that this matchup is 50-50 for all of the things and the different factors that I just put out there. But even though I think this is a 50-50 fight and it can go either way, so don't be surprised if I'm wrong on this shit. I think anything that I just said that can happen could really happen in this fight. Real shit. So, but I'm going to say, I saw a post, and I saw an article on boxingscene.com, and I posted this on the Instagram. If you're not following the Instagram, make sure that you follow the Instagram. Contender Regime Boxing is the same way as it is on the YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I posted an article from Anthony Joshua saying that he openly admitted that he has trouble with southpaws, and he said if Usyk wasn't a southpaw, I would have smoked him in the first fight. He said southpaws are a nightmare. The fact that he openly admitted that lets me know that he's still not fully confident in being able to beat Usyk. I'm going with OLEKSANDR USYK for a unanimous decision with a possible TKO late in the fight. I got to go with Usyk on this. You know what I'm saying? Just because I think he's the more confident guy. In a 50-50 fight, I'm going to take the guy that's more confident, and a guy who feels that he has a stylistic advantage over his opponent. And he's the champion now. He's been here before. He's been undisputed before. Like, he's been unified before. This ain't nothing new to OLEKSANDR USYK. Now, being in this position of coming back in a rematch with an opportunity to redeem yourself isn't new to Anthony Joshua, but he still don't have that confidence that I'm looking for. The fact that you openly admit that southpaws are an issue for you, and you saying that if Usyk wasn't a southpaw, I would have smoked him. Well, he's a southpaw, and that shit ain't finna change. So I'm not confident in picking Anthony Joshua in this fight with him talking like that. So I got OLEKSANDR USYK winning this fight. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Who do you have winning this fight and why? Give me a good breakdown, man, because I'm really interested to see what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like the video. You feel me? If you ain't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We got more coming. You feel what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder coming back. He's fighting Helenius. We're going to talk about that. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Contender Regime Boxing. I'll holler at y'all boys, man.